foremost for being here today to celebrate the life of our mother, Joanne. We all know that there is a birth date and an end date in everyone's life, but I want to speak on behalf of my father, Leonard, and my brothers, Kevin and David, of the time and the moments we cherished with our mom. During her time, she was here with us, and I want to share some stories with all of you to express how loving, caring, and genuine our mother was and will always be. We want you to remember our mother for the beautiful person she was and not the disease that took over her. In 1978, our parents moved our family from Dearborn Heights to Redford to the street that will always be our home, Garfield. We had a block like no other kids would have today, introducing us to the Maddens, Alestras, Siglers, and Cachalas. And we were and will always be the Garfield Gladiators. Their parents, including ours, was one big family, and our mom was like their mom. When we attended St. Hilary, each morning our mom would give us each 15 cents for milk money, and with her being one of our lunch monitors at school, she would bring us a Chi-Chi burger from Daly's and a Hawaiian punch. We hit the jackpot, while everyone looked on in envy with their lunches for what seemed to be a boring lunch to them. She attended all our soccer, baseball, and volleyball games, and was always there to root us on. As we were getting older, my brothers were always perfect, and I looked up to them so much. Not once do I remember them getting in trouble, it seemed to me, but I, on the other hand, was another story. I was the brat. Of course. Why wouldn't I be? It was my job. I had to represent my title as the only daughter, sister, and the baby of the family. And when Mom got mad, that wooden spoon was on her, it seemed like at all times. And that 2-mile run from the kitchen through the living room and finally reaching the destination of the bathroom was eternity to get to. But as I go over their house to this day, it was basically 3 steps. Now moving on to our later years, we were moving out one by one. Kevin first, then David, me still at home. When David moved out, I stood at the door and said, "Seriously, you are leaving me all by myself with Mom and Dad?" But I wouldn't have had it any other way. I sat every night at the dinner table with my mom, drinking coffee and talking, and for 29 years I kissed them every night before I went to bed. We had a mother-daughter bond like no other. She was my best friend, and I will cherish that time always. I will even miss you yelling at me every time I travel to West Virginia, but I know you were just concerned about my safety. Then it was finally my turn to be on my own, and it was so important for me to have my mom's approval and happiness when the U-Haul pulled out of the driveway, and she was. Now you might want to grab some Kleenex, because we want you to know about our mother, Joanne, the matriarch of the Krosky crew, and the role model she was until her last day. Our mother, Joanne, was the most loving and devoted wife of Leonard of 54 years, sister to Aunt Brenda and Uncle Joe. She was tough, kind, loving, never judged, never took sides, and never swore. Obviously, the one thing my brothers and I did not inherit from you. She was the greatest mother us 3 kids could ask for. She was the best mother-in-law to Patty and Melissa, was a loving grandmother to Eric, Lauren, Nicholas, and Cooper. She would do anything at any time for anyone. She would visit Aunt Brenda at her beauty shop every day, bringing her lunch, sweeping the floors, and answering the phones until she no longer could. She was in her sorority for over 50 years, a great pinochle player, was an avid bowler, softball player, and of course the best cook. Her O. Henry bars, buttercream frosting, homemade spaghetti sauce, stuffed cabbage, and sauerkraut kielbasa were her signature dishes. We are blessed that David will carry on her legacy with those. As we got older, the roles were reversed, and it was now our time to help and care for our parents. Time and tiredness caught up with our mom. When she got sick, her strength showed. Still smiling, she never complained, was never in any pain. There was no suffering, and fought until the end. Even in her final days, she would blink if she could hear us, and we were so grateful for that. Having the mother-daughter bond we had, I will greatly miss you, Mom. When we had slumber parties at hospice, I would move my bed basically on top of yours, always holding your hand, your legs across mine, and you always trying to climb onto my bed. We watched the Hallmark Channel, your favorite, and when you would sleep, I didn't. I would just stare at you in disbelief, hoping and praying that you would get better and come home. I tried never to cry in front of you, but when I did, you told me not to. I asked you to watch over me, and you said you always will, calling me your sweetie butts. It'll be so hard to go on without you here in person, but I will do my best to have the strength like you did. When I was born a preemie, my father told me the story of the doctor coming out to see him and saying we will do everything to try and save your wife and daughter. Mom, I want you to know that I did everything I could to save you. Dad, Kevin, David, and I did everything we could, but it was your time. We had you for as long as we could, but now it is your time to be reunited with your parents and sister. I know you are proud of us, and our hearts will forever be broken, but we are so proud of you for the strength you showed us up until your final breath. God obviously wanted someone that was the best, and he chose you. We know you have gained your wings, Mom, and you are in God's hands now, and you will forever be our angel. Fly high and watch over us. You will be greatly missed. We love you so much. And thank you for not only being the best mom, but our mom. And last, on a personal note to our father, Leonard, you have been our rock during the most devastating time we have been through. Continue every day with your multiple phone calls to check on us and tell us you love us like you have. You have supported us, comforted us, and even put your emotions and tears on hold to make sure Kevin and David and myself were okay. Even though Mom is gone, Dad, she will be with you in spirit every day, and we will continue to be there and take care of you, just like we did with Mom. Stay strong, and we love you.